Welcome back to Path of Exile, episode 6. So this is a stage of the video... No, that's completely wrong. It's not the stage of the video, it's the beginning of the video. So this is actually the new character that's replaced the totem build. It's a trap build, uses lightning trap and lightning spire, and it does cursing and all that. So we're standing at Jun because we're going to actually be talking about the league mechanics. And I think we... Uh-oh. I ruined her angle. So we're going to start off with just talking about this because we're going to be getting into the safe houses after this segment. So, I'm in the hideout. You know what, I shouldn't be in the hideout, because it has that stuff. Anyway, so I think the simplest thing is hide the relationships. So, as you can see, there's the boss. I'm at 62% on this character. And these golden rope ties are to the captains. Now, that shows that they're part of the fortification. Now, to easily figure it out, is you can easily hover over them, and it will say which faction they're of. So, transportation. These three are transportation, these three are fortification, and these guys are the other two. Now, to get this bar, is you either interrogate, which is always an option in every single encounter that you have. Doesn't matter who they're with, even if they're a blank slate that just appears, they will give you 3 points over 3 encounters. Now, it says per each turn, a turn is an encounter. So, every time you encounter the syndicate, it ticks up. Or ticks down one, actually. So, I don't remember, I think he's giving me transportation, he's giving me fortification. And so... Now, to move on to upgrading, you can choose to kill them. If there's multiples, if there is more than one person there, you get to choose to kill some of them. Order matters. So if you want to, say, level up Leo, and you want to bring Leo into transportation, or, say, fortification, where he's best at because he's giving you currency, and he has, say, a relationship, let's see, who does Leo have friends with? Let's see if I can spot it. I think he's friends with Corel? Yes, he's friends with Corel and It That Fled. So, if Leo is in the fortification, there's a chance that Corel and It That Fled will appear, because they're friends. And if they do appear, he wants to be seen as strong in their eyes. Or he might betray them and become a rival with them. And in that instance, he gets all their levels, or he levels up. Which means if he wants to steal It That Fled's level and position, you could switch them, because they're in the same fortification. Now, if you don't want it, say, one of the captains in their positions, and they appeared, they're rare to appear, they're hard to get there, I've noticed. You're more likely to get the minions to appear than the captains. But if you don't like the captain in there, choose to interrogate them, they lose their position, and the next highest ranking officer steps up. Now, in this instance over here, I think Jorgen will move up because he's the highest. But I'm not sure. Now, when you kill them, they get stronger. And by stronger, they get items. These aren't drops on the cards. So, the Moknuma's Conjuring, the Hide, and the Descent are not items that can drop from them. I made that mistake early on, and just thought that these things, no. These are buff effects for them. They're rewards for not giving out intel to them for dying and being resurrected. So, every hit he does, he gets Arcane Surge. He has fire resistance that he cannot be leeched from. So, pay attention to what they are. Like, Tora cannot be hexed. She can avoid ailments, and she does, all her damage ignites, and she does more, physical damage is added as fire, which is ridiculous, and so on. So you got to pay attention to what they have. So, like, he's got attack speed. Over here, you've got increased area effect, poison on hit. You want to keep the items away from them, but you also want to level up specific people to get their rewards. Now, I prefer Leo, Chimera, and Jorgen. Those are my 3 favorites. I don't really care about anyone else's. It That Fled is good over in these 2 areas, I think. Here he gives breach stones, here he gives you splinters, and over here he gives you abyssal jewels. I don't really care about them, and over here he lets you enrich breach stones, which is good. So, you just gotta pay attention. There are spreadsheets out there on the internet, on the Reddit and so on, that people have designed And so yeah, once you encounter, you pretty much unlock the safe house. Now, if you don't do it for a period of time, if you don't enter the safe house, it's going to degrade. You're going to lose intel. I think you lose 20%. So you'd want to do it as soon as you can, but you've got to make sure that your jailhouse is full, which is not full, because he needs the space in here. If he's not there, you can't do it. But one thing I've noticed, that is once they're full, anyone in fortification down here, so safe transportation, was full, and it just ticked, and you have a guy here giving you intel about it, he automatically comes out, freeing up a space. You don't want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, because you only have 3 slots down here. You want to do them as quickly as you can to generate the Mastermind fight. So, the Mastermind fight, it's a struggle. It was a real struggle for me. I went in blind, I had no intel, I didn't know what I was doing. I slowly figured things out, and watching other streamers talk about it, I didn't realize that there was a pointer. There was an arrow pointing towards it during the invulnerable stage. Now, there is an invulnerable stage. I'm not going to go in depth about the whole mechanics, but look around your character. They do give you what the old masters used to give you, which was an arrow that pointed in the direction of what you need to do. So just follow the arrow and survive. Not to do suspense or anything, I used all my portals. So yeah, that's the Syndicate. Now the rewards are fantastic, because Chimera's rewards, if he's a captain, time-worn uniques, which means not legacy, other league uniques can be dropped, which means headhunters and so on, which is really good. Leo gives you currency, which means you could potentially get mirrors or exalts. Now people have actually gotten mirrors from Leo. Now, according to Chris, he stated that the chances of dropping a mirror is the same as a player normally would, so it's extremely rare for it to happen, but the person got 3, which was lucky because Leo gives you a chance of it dropping 1 to 3 of that type. So the person got 3 mirrors, which, good on him. Now they've also introduced scarabs. Now scarabs are interesting in and that of itself. Let's go over to my stash tab. I have a few of them. So you've got torments. I haven't really used them, but because I haven't really had the need. Nico one is really strong, but Delve is really annoying at the moment. The best tips that I can give you if you struggle with Delve is just to go deep as possible and spend all your Azurite on storage until you get into the 5,000 to 10,000 range, and then start upgrading everything else to catch up, because it's difficult. Then you have the Shaper ones, which I've got a lot of them. I've got mostly gilded, actually. And then you've got maps, cartography, Parandus, unique items, divination, and then you also have the ones linked to the masters. Now, how the masters work in this league is quite simple, is they appear on the map. So that's Zana, Bestiary, so Ironheart, Delve over here, and Alva over here. They do appear. I found that they actually appear quite frequently. After you do them, it takes about 5 to 10 maps, but if you're just going through maps as quickly as you can, it is fine. Now, for some update news in regards to Path of Exile, every episode from here on out is actually going to be no commentary unless something ecstatic happens. So pretty much it's just going to be pure gameplay. You can just have it running in the background and watch someone, and while you do other stuff. I'm not really... that's just my viewpoint on Path of Exile. It works, especially for YouTube. I think if I was streaming it, I would be talking and so on, but I don't have the capabilities to stream. If I had better internet, then I would actually do it. I've done a lot of tests, and it's just never panned out. Now, and there's also another major change, seeing as this league has caused me to having a lot of encoding issues, and you'll see that in this episode, at least in the one of the transport safe houses. I've got at least one of each. There's multiples, and they're not going to be edited down or anything, because they're about 5-minute encounters, essentially, because I cleared them very quickly. But there's so much going on that my computer can't handle it anymore. We cannot record it at the thing, so I've actually... Future episodes is not going to be 1080p, they're going to be 720, and that's just the downside of it. Of trying to have the most stable videos as possible, and we're going to see if that changes it. But it really sucks that I have to downscale. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy these encounters coming up. I'm probably going to do more episodes like these where it's purely focused on the boss fights and so on, and then they will be rare. I'm going to be storing those footages of the safe houses, and then you'd have mapping, delving, bestiary, and temple stuff in between. So there's a lot to do, and yeah, so hopefully we can get deeper down. I do have a build that I really want to do, but it's really expensive to build, so we're farming currency, and I don't trade, so it's me getting the currency, or upgrading my currency to get chaos and so on to do it. And possibly selling. I've got some items that I could potentially sell for a decent amount, but I only have a currency stash tab which will allow me to sell them with ease, otherwise I have to go through the forums. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the Syndicate safe houses and Mastermind fight. The Mastermind fight will be at the end of the video. It'll be the last encounter, so it'll show you the lead up towards it. The character does scale up really well in the sense, but it struggles with the boss. I'm hoping that this character does better, because all of the rest of the video is going to actually be the totem build. Now, it's weaker than it was last league, and I don't know why. I just think it's just I didn't get to invest much currency in it. It was a good starter. It got me to this character, which is now stronger than the previous, to the totem build. So yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of the video.
Thanks to your hard work, we have at last pinpointed the location of the Syndicate safe house. I believe a leader to be sending orders from there. When you are ready, I can take us close. Together, we will infiltrate and dismantle it. If we can capture the leader, they may be able to get us closer to the one they call the Life Giver.
Let's see how you fare in my arena. With this new power, this time I've got the upper hand.
Try the man to do just about anything.
A surprise upset. Good show. I call foul.
Usually I have to go looking for my victim. Think I prefer killing over shooting quicker. Finally, you've shown some mettle. You have become tangled in our tapestry, Exile. Time to
You picked the wrong job, assassin.
finally a brawl!
Dishonorable. I expect nothing less from you, Reaper. Dishonorable. I expect nothing less from you, Reaper. You should have no trouble in that dark little cage, assassin.
Impressive, interloper. But a fly does not flee the spiral snare so swiftly.
Those that face the smoke end up finding the fire.
This was not in the plan.
You may despise the machine rogue, but you'll hate my prison even more.
strength of the first ones runs in my veins. You will fall here and now. Just like this boring. Let's fight!
You are nothing but a wild animal.
Good Exile. Strongest wins. One day it would all be. Nothing to hide. Only strength matters. Can't let you go any further, Nyav. Not while I'm captaining the place. Wow, I might have died. Get ready.
Villain scoundrel. Back to the sea, swine rot. Know where you're going? I believe you know it as the brig.
Gormagone's runs in my veins. You will fall here and now. Just who I was hoping to see today.
Time for me to clean up.
The Exile.
Exile. Strongest wins. Knew one day it would not be me. Nothing to hide. Only strength matters.
Can't be. This.
You found me at last. Very resourceful, Joan. I too am resourceful. Witness. More. Give in, Joan. Feel death grip.
My family, please!
Darkness
No!
wall. More. There's nothing that makes you feel so alive as death, is there? Now come to me, Joan. Let us see what your soul is made of.
We can't let her escape!
Hundreds of dead rotting soulless in the earth. What a meaningless waste. But your souls, yours will serve. Feel death's grip. Darkness wall. Try to break us, and yet the Syndicate isn't there. Do you think I wouldn't do it? It was a mistake to bring you into the fold. One that can be fixed. Your soul burns for me. Your soul burns for me.
much hinges on this. My cause fuels me.
You believe yourself to be purer than the others, better than them. But death is the great equalizer. You can still join us. It's your chance to bring back anyone you've ever loved or cared about. Stop! I can bring them back. Jonah, I can bring your entire order back. Just give me
Who wins? Exile? blessings.
Thought I heard something. Farewell.
If you made it this far, leave a comment down below, hit the like button, check out my Patreon and Twitter in the description below if you enjoyed, subscribe and ring that bell otherwise. I'll see you guys next time.